Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Belle Vernon Area High School, home of the Belle Vernon Leopards. For this evening's contest, as Belle Vernon will play host to the Uniontown Red Raiders. This is the live video stream of WPIAL High School basketball, courtesy of George Dental Associates, SWGI in Uniontown, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, the Centers for Rehab Services, and physical therapist Jim Burns. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Fayette County Commissioner Vincent Cedes, Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer, Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke, Joby's Golf, Sens Construction Warehouse, and Big Al's Market. It's now time for our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. The pregame show is being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. We're going to start this evening talking about our visitors, the Uniontown Red Raiders, who entered this evening's contest 10-1. They have 873 points across those 11 contests. Just 442 points against. They are on a 9-game winning streak. Behind the strength of leading scorer Notorious Grooms. Grooms comes into this contest averaging 14.5 points per game, followed by Calvin Winfrey at 11.8 points per game. Those two players, both sophomores. Also on this Uniontown squad, we're getting 8.6 points per game out of Bakari Wallace, a senior, and 8.1 points per game out of Kadrian McGlee. So far on the season, if you want to look at these point totals beyond the average, Notorious Grooms has put up 159 points this season, 130 for Winfrey, 89 for McGlee, 95 for Wallace, the senior. Also seeing good numbers from Levi Garner, 54 points. Jameer Braxton, 120 points from the junior. Tanner Uphold, the senior, 62 points. In the rebound category, this is where Kadrian McGlee is able to shine for Uniontown. He's entering this contest, 79 rebounds on the season, 39 of those of the offensive variety. That's what gives Uniontown so many extra opportunities off the glass when they are possessing the basketball. Levi Garner, 65 rebounds coming into this one. Jameer Braxton, 43 for the Uniontown Red Raiders. In the assist category, Notorious Grooms leads the team, 58 assists. He nearly also leads the steals category with 34, but as we mentioned during our last broadcast earlier this week when the Uniontown Red Raiders played host to the Albert Gallatin Colonials, that category belongs to Tavian Richardson, the senior for the Uniontown Red Raiders, 37 steals coming into this one. How about blocks? Kadrian McGlee, 25 blocks on the year, 15 blocks for Levi Garner. Impressive numbers from the Red Raiders. In addition to their victory over Albert Gallatin, the Red Raiders have also experienced some recent success against Southern out of Oakland, Maryland. That one ended 88-43 back on December 29th. And against Waynesburg Central back on December 28th, 109-49. Prior to that, you go to the games the Red Raiders played over the holiday break in Florida with wins over Central Tuscaloosa, Salem, Massachusetts, and McGuffey. Yeah, that's right. The local school, McGuffey, played against these Uniontown Red Raiders down in Florida, with the Red Raiders picking up a 66-38 victory. Impressive numbers, too, when you look at the Red Raiders as a team. They're averaging 77.6 points per game, 36 rebounds a game, nearly 19 assists, 17 steals, nearly 5 blocks, and only 12 turnovers, which is impressive when you consider the very fast-paced game these Uniontown Red Raiders play. Coming up here on our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show, we're going to talk about the home team, the Belle Vernon Leopards, right here on WMBS Facebook. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer has litigated over 275 civil and criminal trials, some of which have been aired on Oprah, Inside Edition, and ESPN. Having an engineering degree, master's in business administration, and law degree qualifies him to go toe-to-toe with anyone. His firm concentrates in wills, trusts, estates, property transfers, personal injury, solar field, and Marcellus gas negotiations, and family law. Small enough to care and smart enough to win. That's the attorney Thomas W. Schaefer. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com. Find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides knows there is nothing more exciting than high school sports. He knows all the athletes worked hard to become competitive, plus maintain their study skills. Commissioner Vince Vacides salutes all the young contestants in their efforts. Good luck, and may the best team prevail. From Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. Welcome back to Belle Vernon Area High School, home of the Belle Vernon Leopards, as the Leopards play host this evening to the Uniontown Red Raiders. You're seeing both teams warm up now as we're about 8 minutes and 30 seconds away from tip. The Uniontown Red Raiders in their maroon road uniform, the Belle Vernon Leopards in their white home uniform. Belle Vernon enters this contest 5-4, and like Uniontown, they are 1-0 in the section. Across those 9 contests to this point in the season, 463 points for and 470 points against. The Belle Vernon Leopards, though, like the Uniontown Red Raiders, are coming into this contest on a winning streak. Belle Vernon has won 3 in a row. The three-headed monster. That is how Uniontown Herald Standard reporter Jim Downey described the Belle Vernon Leopards in a recent article from the Herald Standard this week describing Belle Vernon's recent victory over Southmoreland. And who are the three heads of that monster? Alonzo Wade, Sion Moore, and Quentin Martin. The 3 of those players put together 50 points combined against the Scotties as Belle Vernon rolled to a 73-65 victory against the Scotties in the Section 3 Quad A opener. That is what has made this Belle Vernon squad 1-0 in the conference. How will that three-headed monster do this evening against the Uniontown Red Raiders? You want to look at it as an old-school sci-fi movie matchup. Godzilla has been this Uniontown squad, blasting and crushing everyone in their path. How will the three-headed monster fare tonight as the Leopards look now to host these Uniontown Red Raiders? The Leopards have a lot of reasons to be excited. You know about their prowess on the gridiron, coming away this season as PIAA champions. Many of those football players on the hardwood tonight against this Uniontown Red Raiders squad that is coming in to maintain, from the Red Raiders' perspective, a perfect conference record to this point. Somebody's going to be 2-0. Somebody's going to be 1-1. In just a few minutes, we'll be right back here as we prepare for tonight's contest, a 7 p.m. tip. Keep that in mind. Between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Belle Vernon Leopards here at Belle Vernon Area High School. Shop the New Year's sale at Zen's Construction Warehouse on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Family owned and operated by the Nelson family. Zen's has everything you need for that next home improvement project at deep discounted prices from the big box stores. Phone 724-366-8274 or visit Zen's on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse. Our supplies, your savings. That's Zen's in Continental. You're listening to the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724 437 9812. This is exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page, which is brought to you by George Dental Associates, SWGI in Uniontown, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, the Centers for Rehab Services, and physical therapist Jim Burns, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Fayette County Commissioners Vince Faciti, Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer, Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke, Joby's Golf, Zen's Construction Warehouse, and Big Al's Market. Now, stay with us for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on the WMBS Facebook page. Welcome back to Brownsville Area High School, home of the Leopards, as we prepare for this evening's contest between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Belle Vernon Leopards. Someone is looking to go 2-0 in the conference. Someone will find themselves at 500. The Uniontown Red Raiders come into this one 9-time WPIAL title champions, 4-time state champions. The Uniontown Red Raiders hold a couple of WPIAL records too, 71 playoff appearances, 49 section championships. Can head coach Rob Kazmarski, his super sophomores, and a tremendous all-around team pull off the win here in Belle Vernon against head coach Joseph Salvino and these Leopards, the three-headed monster. We'll be right back now as we see the two teams meeting for the captain's meeting. Before the score table, the Uniontown Red Raiders in their home maroons, away maroons, and the Belle Vernon Leopards in their home whites here at Belle Vernon Area High School. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Belle Vernon Area High School here on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. And we've got the starting lineup to share with you for this evening from the visiting Uniontown Red Raiders wearing their road maroon uniforms tonight. Starting for the Uniontown Red Raiders this evening will be 00 Notorious Grooves, the 5'10 sophomore playing guard. Number 2, Calvin Winfrey, the 5'11 sophomore at point guard. Number 4, Kadrian McGlee, the 6'5 center. Coming into this one is a junior. Number 5, senior Bakari Wallace, 5'10 guard. And number 14, the 6-foot forward and junior Eric Townsend. Starting lineup for the home Belle Vernon Leopards. Number 3, Trevor Kovach, the 5'8 guard and sophomore. Number 2, Zion Moore, the 6'2 guard and sophomore. Number 4, Alonzo Wade, the 6'3 guard and sophomore. Number 5, Quentin Martin, the 6'3 junior, listed at guard and forward. And number 14, Braden Locks, the 6'5 junior forward. We're going to pause now for the national anthem as we prepare here for the opening tip, Belle Vernon Area High School.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Belle Vernon Area High School, home of the Mighty Leopards. Hail, Mighty Leopards. For your safety, please make note of the nearest exit. We appreciate your cooperation in keeping our walkways clear by staying in the bleachers or the designated standing area. Please note that any spectator, regardless of age, who is under the influence of alcohol, drugs, using tobacco products, using offensive language, or displaying offensive behavior will be ejected from the game immediately. No one, besides players, coaches, and officials, should be on the court at any time. Absolutely no one should be on the floor at halftime. Good sportsmanship is learned, practiced, and executed. Respect for the opponent, spectators, coaches, and game officials are a must at all levels of athletics. By meeting the challenge of sportsmanship in the stands, you are providing a sound example for students as well as representing your community and school with dignity and pride. Please give the student athletes involved your positive encouragement and support. Display good sportsmanship every time you attend a high school event. Thank you for your support and assistance. Enjoy the game. Please rock. And gentlemen, remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, recorded by our own high school chorus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Belle Vernon Area High School, the home of the Belle Vernon Leopards, as we're prepared now to see the starting lineups introduced for these two schools. And we do have a correction to make for the Uniontown Red Raiders starting lineup. The final starter listed on the board this evening is number 34, the 6'2 junior guard, Jameer Braxton. So for the Uniontown Red Raiders, we will see Grooms, Winfrey, McGlee, Wallace, Braxton. For the Leopards, Moore, Kovacs, Wade, Martin, and Lott. This has been the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. The Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. And the five starters for the Uniontown Red Raiders are now on the court, ready for this one against the Belle Vernon Leopards, a matchup that many people have been excited for all week. This is one of those games that really makes the week for you. And one of these teams is going to be 2-0 in the conference as we look now to the Belle Vernon Leopards to see their starting lineup make their way onto the court this evening. As we mentioned, Herald Standard reporter Jim Downey earlier this week in an article written about the Belle Vernon Leopards described them as the three-headed monster. And we will see all three of those heads in the starting lineup this evening.
Number 3, Trevor Kovacs. 6'3" sophomore, number 4, Alonzo Wade. 6'3" junior, number 5, Quentin Martin. And a 6'5" junior, number 14, Brandon Ross.
And this Belle Vernon lineup this evening, headlined by Moore, Wade, and Martin. We've also are going to see Trevor Kovach, number 3, Braden Locks, number 14. A lot of height in this Leopards lineup, and that may be an element that the Uniontown Red Raiders perhaps have not quite seen a lot of, especially recently. We'll see how Uniontown's big man, number 4, Kadrian McGlee, matches up here on the jump ball with number 14, Braden Locks. Got nearly 13 feet worth of height between these two players. And we're ready now from the Belle Vernon Area High School for this conference matchup between the Leopards and Red Raiders. The jump is going to go to the Leopards. This will be Wade coming across the timeline now. Kovach, our side. He wants to go inside back to Wade. Wade looking at a few players passing through. Tries to go inside to Locks, and it's a steal for the Red Raiders. McGlee scoops it up and gets it to Winfrey across the timeline. Matched up against Kovach. Working now off the elbow and into paint. Bucket's good. Winfrey makes it happen himself. The Uniontown Red Raiders are up 2-0. This will be Zion Moore for Belle Vernon, trying to make something happen now from high post, and he answers. Ball comes into Grooms. Leopards going to give some pressure here. Grooms far sideline. Matched up against number 5, Quentin Martin. You probably know him best as the running back for this Belle Vernon football team. Now, far corner, Winfrey, no good. And the ball is going to bounce out of bounds on the rebound attempt. And it will go to the Leopards. 7:12 remaining in the first quarter. And we're going to see number 2, Zion Moore, handling the ball across the timeline near the large BVA center court. Screen there from Locks. Off that screen, jumper, no good. The rebound's going to go to McGlee, who gets it over to Grooms. Grooms coming our sideline now. Looking across court, easy look inside for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Number 5, Bakari Wallace, inside off the block to finish off that look. 4-2. Now in favor of Uniontown. Far sideline here. Belle Vernon trying to answer. But the ball is stripped. Number 34, Jameer Braxton coming up with that one. Takes it off of number 5, Quentin Martin. And now we've got a loose ball. A couple of players on the floor. Ball ends up in the hands of Braxton. Jumper, short corner, no good. And the rebound goes to Martin. But Martin falls out of bounds. And the ball goes back to the Red Raiders. Good crowd here on hand this evening. The Belle Vernon Area High School. Inbound pass. Grooms goes Winfrey. Winfrey off the far sideline now. Matched up against Kovach. Play gets set up. Here comes Winfrey on the attack. Drives middle peg. Tries a jumper, and it's good. Calvin Winfrey quickly with 4 points of his own here to start this one. 6-2 now in favor of the Red Raiders. Here's Moore looking the other way, and there was nothing inside there for him. McGlee getting off the floor nicely, but we will have a foul called. And it's going to be called against Calvin Winfrey on the blocking foul. That is going to send number 2, Zion Moore, to the charity stripe here for the Leopards. 2 shots. And the first one is good. This is exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. Second shot, good. Ball comes in now, Winfrey, far sideline in front of the Leopards cheerleaders, now across the timeline. Leopards try a trap, not happening. Ball goes into the corner now, working it out is McGlee. Back to the wing, and the ball is stripped away there by number 4. That's Alonzo Wade. He's going to try to take it himself. Little turnaround. And we're going to have a good bucket and a hold called against number 2, Calvin Winfrey. That is a second foul for him. Red Raiders head coach Rob Kosmarski wants some clarification. And on the good bucket, we got a 6-6 ball game with Alonzo Wade at the foul line to shoot 1. No good on the shot. Leopards try a tip. Doesn't happen. The ball goes out of bounds, and we'll go back to the Red Raiders. And here comes Uniontown now. Calvin Winfrey moving the ball across the Grooms and back to Winfrey. Kovac giving some pressure here. Far sideline now. Grooms escaping the trap. Winfrey seeing the trap coming his way. Goes near sideline to Wallace. All the way across the Grooms. 3-ball. No good, but McLeod, the big man, he's all over the rebound. Working it out there against Moore. Now Winfrey drives the lane off the pass. And 2 more points. Calvin Winfrey off to a fast start here for the Red Raiders. Here's Kovac. Off our sideline, goes to Moore off the wing. Moore going to try to drive it in. May have lost the ball there looking into Locks. Kicks it back out now. This is Quentin Martin. Loses the ball in the paint for a moment. Can't get the floater to go, and that's Braxton pulling down a strong-looking rebound there. He's going to take it himself all the way into paint. And oh my. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, if you checked out our broadcast from Tuesday evening, you saw the Red Raiders have a couple of calls not go their way of the offensive variety, and we may have just seen another one here. Foul called against Jameer Braxton. Ball is going to go back to the Leopards. Coming down the far sideline here for the Leopards is Moore. He comes our side to Martin off the wing. Martin going to move across high post. Goes back to the far sideline to number 3. Correction, this is going to be number 2, Moore. Now to 3, Kovac off the far wing. Leopards trying to work the ball around. Here's Wade. Floater, no good. Couple players in on the rebound, but Moore ultimately, Wade ultimately wins out and gets 2. Here's Calvin Winfrey, our sideline. Across the timeline now, matched up against Kovac. Goes wing to Wallace. Wallace drives it hard. Nothing there. Rebound bounces all the way out to Kovac. Feeds it ahead to Wade, and Wade, no good on that layup. Now here comes Wallace with a defensive rebound for the Red Raiders. Going hard and hard against Locks. Cannot quite get the bucket, but we will have a blocking foul called against number 14, Braden Locks.
Foul number 14.
And the first one from Wallace is good. And the second look from Wallace. Good. We're going to have a substitution now. Tanner Uphold checking in for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Uphold wearing number 23. The senior, 5'11", listed as a guard. He's going to stand at half court, maybe offer some pressure here as number 2, Zion Moore, going to handle the ball here for the Leopards. Across the timeline. Moore matches up against Uphold. Goes Kovac, far side now. This is Wade, opposite sideline. Wanted to screen, nearly loses the ball to Notorious Grooms. Bounce back out to half court, but the Leopards keep it. This is Martin now. Wants to get it back out here to Moore. Moore trying to find some space. Now he's got Braxton as Uphold. Rotates inside to cover Locks. Waiting for the play to get set up. Now he goes inside to Martin against McGlee. And we've got an offensive foul called against the Belle Vernon Leopards. Little elbow action there from number 5, Quentin Martin. Good-looking football play, though. We will say that. Here's Calvin Winfrey now going to handle the ball for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Matches up against Kovac. Far side to Grooms. And here's a steal by the big man, Braden Locks. And he gets the layup to go. Not a whole lot Calvin Winfrey could do about that. Locks is a big boy. He took it right to the house. We've got a 10-10 ball game here in Belle Vernon. And Uphold is going to draw what appears to be a blocking foul. Correction. They're going to say Uphold stepped out of bounds on the near sideline in front of the Belle Vernon bench. Ball will go to the Leopards. Zion Moore matching up again against Uphold. Moore trying to make something happen on the far side. Going to move it here. Trying to move something inside is Quentin Martin. He kicks out to Kovac on the 3. Rebound goes Jameer Braxton, and now here comes Notorious Grooms. Far sideline and off to the races. Grooms going to float one up and in. Nice looking play there by Grooms. Coming the opposite way are the Leopards across the timeline. Fast-paced game. Already 22 points scored in this one. Still 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Moore going to try to take that one himself, and he appeared to be blocked by McGlee. But unfortunately, it looks like this one's going to go against the Red Raiders. And it is indeed called against number 4, Kadrian McGlee, 6'5" junior center. And we're going to see 2 shots here from Zion Moore. First one no good, hard off the back of the rim. Substitutions for both teams. On the Leopard side, we'll see number 10, Evan Polott, and number 13, Diabre Lightfoot. For the Red Raiders, we've got Tavian Richardson, the steals leader for this crew, and Levi Garner, number 11, checking in. Second shot is good for Zion Moore. Here come the Red Raiders with a point lead. Grooms looking at the trap, comes back to the middle to Richardson. Now our side to Braxton. Nice little move there by Braxton, and he gets it to go, dancing between a couple defenders. Leopards ball coming the opposite way. Alonzo Wade, he's one of those 3 heads on that monster for this Leopard squad. Little push there for Wade, no call, gets it inside to Martin. They're going to settle for the elbow jumper. That was Polott, can't get it to go. A little bit of fight in on the rebound. And the ball is going to go to the Uniontown Red Raiders. We see Bakari Wallace making his way back to the score table. Spectators still coming in to the gym here at Belle Vernon Area High School. Wallace going to check in for Jameer Braxton. 2:08 to play. The Uniontown Red Raiders ahead 14-11. Nice crowd on hand here for this C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS Facebook. Here's Grooms now. Top of the key comes our side. Richardson back to Grooms. The Leopards giving a lot of pressure. Inside look. Wallace dances out of the paint. Tanner Uphold for 3. Just a bit short, but Levi Garner, the big man. Good-looking rebound. Has the ball stripped away. Certainly appeared to be out of bounds on the Leopards, but the Leopards are going to be given the basketball. Here's Alonzo Wade coming across to Quentin Martin. Martin matched up here against Levi Garner. Going to work inside. And there's a travel. Nice-looking job there by Levi Garner to step over and cut off the drive. Martin double-clutched, took an extra step while he did it, and it's going to go back to the Red Raiders as Jeremiah Hager, the 6'3" guard and junior, checks in for Tanner Uphold. Here is Notorious Groom for the Red Raiders across the timeline. He's going to draw the attention of Lightfoot. Far side Richardson, back to Grooms, looking inside to Wallace. Nice move by Wallace. Can't get it to go, though. Wallace fakes the pass out. Grooms going to steal that outlet pass and hit the 3. Wow. And now the Red Raiders double their lead. They are up 6. 1:11 to play here at Belle Vernon Area High School. Here's Martin off our wing. He's going to direct traffic. Levi Garner stepping out, offering him some defense. Martin wants to take it himself, working against Garner again. And this time, we get another elbow from Quentin Martin. Levi Garner in the way. Martin wants to move him, and we get an offensive foul against Quentin Martin. That's 2 personal fouls in the first 7 minutes and 1 second of play against one of those 3 heads for this 3-headed monster. Uniontown basketball here. Team foul situation still going to favor these Leopards. 4 team fouls against the Red Raiders. 3 against the Leopards. Here's Notorious Grooms looking inside to Bakari Wallace. Can't get it to go. A little fight over the rebound. Evan Polott pulls it out. He tries to feed it ahead to Kovac. Too much. Basically a jump ball there on the save attempt by Kovac, and we may have a foul here against Uniontown. Let's see. And it will be a hold called against Bakari Wallace. That's going to be his first. Ball will stay with the Leopards. Alonzo Wade in front of the cheerleaders going to handle the inbounding duty. Looking inside, back to Wade, does more. And trying to get that floater to go. Nothing there. Richardson on the offensive rebound and loses it off his foot. It's going to be called a kick. 28 seconds. Ball will stay with the Red Raiders. 28.1 seconds to play. 17-11. Here in the early goings of this one. Grooms working against a couple defenders there. Comes middle to Hager, then far sideline. Nice looking move there by Wallace. Wallace has attacked the basket really well tonight for the Red Raiders, but unfortunately, he's not had much go down for him inside. And we're going to have a hit here called against number 12, Tavian Richardson, the steals leader for this Red Raider squad. A little bit of a concern for the Red Raiders. We've got 16 fouls here in the first quarter. That's going to create the single bonus for the Leopards on the next foul. Here's number 2 for the Leopards now. Zion Moore going to try a jump shot, a 3, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. He took that shot with about 3 ticks left on the clock, and that one goes down for him. At the end of 1 here at Belle Vernon Area High School, it is a Uniontown Red Raiders 17, the Belle Vernon Leopards 14. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sport injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacement, hand injuries, and other conditions. They can treat you efficiently and safely because they take all necessary precautions and are disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists, convenient location, convenient hours, part of the community. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. 724-437-7500. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive. We're ready now to begin the second quarter here at Belle Vernon Area High School. You're watching the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Belle Vernon Leopards. We've got ourselves another chapter of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here at Belle Vernon Area High School. It's going to be Uniontown Red Raiders basketball. They go way into Groom's far sideline. Now back across to Winfrey over the top, and Wallace will take one too many steps as he moves across the baseline. Ball is going to go to Belle Vernon. We've got a 17-14 ball game here in favor of the visiting Red Raiders. Team fouls, though. The Red Raiders has 6 of those. The Leopards have just 3. Here's Moore. He's going to come our side to Wade. Now Wade wants it in the paint. Floater is good. Ball comes back into Grooms for the Raiders. Raiders trying to advance quick, almost too quick. Winfrey saves that one. Moves it ahead to Braxton, but that pass will lead Braxton out of bounds. And the ball is going to go back to the Leopards right in front of their own bench. This is going to be Trevor Kovac, the sophomore guard, handing it back over to Zion Moore. Moore, one of those 3 heads, now back to Kovac off the wing. Now here's the big man, Martin, trying to make something happen inside. He gets it, and the Leopards have a 1-point lead here with 7:19 to play in the second quarter. Ball comes across the timeline with Grooms. Now our sideline, Braxton, inside, off the elbow, McGlee. Almost had the block shot from Wallace. Now they kick it back out. Winfrey Grooms all the way over. Jameer Braxton with the 3 ball. No good. Corey Wallace, nice looking rebound. Put back off the glass. Will bounce in for the Red Raiders. Nice look there from Bakari Wallace. And here come the Leopards the other way. Number 4 handling the ball. Alonzo Wade, far sideline. Wants the screen from Locks. Now moves off it. He's going to draw Grooms. Looking up top. High post to Martin. Martin working hard against McGlee. Nearly loses his footing, and that would have been the fastest of fast breaks for Notorious Grooms. But unfortunately, we get a travel call against the Leopards. We'll save the Leopards here. The Red Raiders going to have to go across the long court, and we may have ourselves a timeout, a 30-second timeout taken on the court. We've got 6:40 to play here at Belle Vernon Area High School. 30-second timeout taken by Belle Vernon. 19-18 in favor of the Red Raiders. Stop by Big Al's Market on North Gallatin Avenue in Uniontown. Family owned and operated by Phil Lucioni and Dominic Sabatini. Big Al's features 2 one-topping pizzas and a 2-liter for $21.99. Or try an Italian hoagie and a 20-ounce drink for $6.99. Check out some of Big Al's other homemade food items, including pasta salads, macaroni salads, and deli items. Big Al's Market, 72 North Gallatin Avenue. Phone 724-550-4252 for Big Al's Market, North Gallatin Avenue. It's Red Raiders basketball here at Belle Vernon Area High School on C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. WMBS live on Facebook. Ball comes across now for the Red Raiders. It's Winfrey. Top of the key, goes far sideline to Grooms. Winfrey now going to try a deep 3. Good look! Calvin Winfrey made that one from the floor, way outside, 22-18. We got a little pressure here from Bakari Wallace as the Leopards going to bring the ball up. Number 2, Zion Moore comes our sideline to Kovac. Kovac now bounce pass, top of the key. 3 ball is answered, courtesy number 4, Alonzo Wade. one of those three heads of this three-headed monster, as Herald Standard reporter Jim Downey referred to this Belle Vernon Leopard squad earlier this week, getting the three ball there. Here's Grooms working it back and forth with Winfrey, but Kovac reads that one, and we're going to have a travel called against Notorious Grooms. Couple of tough calls both ways here in the early goings of this contest. Still 5:51 remaining in this half. Number 2, Zion Moore, across the timeline. Moore waiting for the play to get set up. A lot of movement. Bakari Wallace tries to jump it. Still the ball. Nothing there. Now here's Locks, the big man way outside. And we get a little bit of an entanglement between Bakari Wallace and number 2, Zion Moore. And the foul is going to be called against Wallace. That's his second. And unfortunately for the Red Raiders, that is a bonus situation now for the Leopards.
Forward to the line for the 1-on-1.
1-on-1 foul shot opportunity for the 6'2 sophomore guard, Zion Moore. Moore could tie the game with this one. We'll see if the Red Raiders are after this rebound, and they are, but the shot's good. On the blocks for the Red Raiders on the shot, Kadrian McGlee, Jameer Braxton, two pretty competent rebounders in there now. Spectators still filing in by the tens here. Belle Vernon Area High School, both shots good. The Leopards have a 1-point lead. Here comes Calvin Winfrey now across the timeline trying to avoid that trap. Goes near sideline, Tanner Uphold. He just checked back in. And that ball is popped away from Kadrian McGlee. It's going to stay with the Red Raiders. Jameer Braxton going to do the inbounding. Far sideline. Ball comes in, Calvin Winfrey. Groom's going to pop out on our side, but they'll go the opposite direction. And Braxton going to beat the trap there. Kicks it out. Tanner Upholds. Three ball out of the corner, though. Meets the hand of number 5, Quentin Martin, and is blocked into the Spirit Band. Ball will stay with Uniontown. Tanner Uphold going to handle the inbound pass to Winfrey, far sideline. Braxton now top the key. Braxton going to drive it, taking himself, and the finger roll is a good look. 24-23. Here comes Alonzo Wade, far sideline, across the half-court line. Gets a screen from Martin. Good-looking screen there. Wade, though, appeared to be blocked by Kadrian McGlee, but unfortunately, we're going to have a foul called. And the foul will be called against number 4, the 6'5 junior center, Kadrian McGlee. We are seeing Levi Garner make his way to the score table. Probably going to check in for McGlee here. First shot, no good. That's 18 fouls for the Red Raiders. Levi Garner, number 11. He is the 6'6 senior center, tallest player on the squad by height, 6'6". He's got 1 inch on Kadrian. Let's see if Levi pulls down this rebound for us. No opportunity. The shot from Alonzo Wade is good. Here comes Calvin Winfrey, our sideline. Across the timeline. Got Tanner Uphold, near sideline. Back out to Winfrey. Winfrey going to draw the attention here of number 13, Diabre Lightfoot. Now we go into the corner. Grooms out of the corner, and an easy look off the glass. Looked like the Leopards overplayed that one by a step. Now coming the other way, Zion Moore gets a screen from Locks and gets the foul on jumper. A little bit of contact, no call. And here is a call, and that's a big one. That is going to be foul number 3. 1, 2, 3 against Quentin Martin. Ball is going to stay with the Uniontown Red Raiders. 4:32 to play here at Belle Vernon Area High School. Victorious Grooms going to handle the inbounding responsibility right off the second L and Bell. And here comes Calvin Winfrey across the timeline. Near side, Braxton gets Grooms in the corner, but he's going to fill that trap. And Braxton's going to draw a push as he tries to advance off the first peg to make something happen. Foul is called against Diabre Lightfoot, 5'9 freshman and guard. Doing pretty well out there for a young player. Big inbound pass all the way out to Grooms. Now here's Winfrey, far sideline, back to Grooms near the large B at half court. Now Braxton going to try to work off the baseline. Doesn't get it, but we do have a foul called, and it looks like it'll be against number 14, Braden Locks. Indeed it is. Locks, the big man, the junior forward listed at 6'5". Got a piece of Jameer Braxton as he advances past. And now the officials are going to confer. And it's called on the floor. So it will be Notorious Grooms again as the inbounder. 26-24, 4:11 to play here on C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. We're in the second quarter at Belle Vernon Area High School. Here's Grooms now out of the corner. Going to go all the way up top. Gets a couple defenders to look at him here. Winfrey now up the far sideline. Lots of attention. Calvin Winfrey started hot. He's going to stay hot. Tanner Uphold going to offer a little bit of pressure here for the Red Raiders. Ball comes in far side. This is going to be number 4, Alonzo Wade. Wade working against Braxton. Pops it out here to Lightfoot. Lightfoot has the ball. Taken away. Notorious Grooms now. Makes a little bit of contact against Lightfoot. And the call is going to go against Lightfoot. That was an interesting little bit of contact between those two players. Diabre Lightfoot, the guilty party, according to the officials. And we've got a 1-1 now for the Uniontown Red Raiders. So we'll see Notorious Grooms make his way to the foul line. Grooms, pretty solid foul shooter for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Let's see if he can get the front end of this to get that second opportunity. And it rolls in. A little bit of touch goes a long way. Notorious Grooms got 8 points here in the early goings. Looking for 9. Finds it. And now we've got a 30-24 advantage for the Red Raiders. Here come the Leopards fast. This is going to be number 2, Zion Moore. Gets cut off from his look at the basket. Now he's going to direct some traffic. Gets Lightfoot now, our corner. Back up top to Moore. Moore fakes the 3 ball against Uphold, drives it in, and it does not go. And there's Notorious Grooms inside fighting for the rebound. Goes way ahead to Braxton. Too much. And number 3, Trevor Kovac, the 5'8" sophomore guard, going to check back in on the Leopard side. For the Red Raiders, we get Jeremiah Hager, the 6'3" junior guard, and Bakari Wallace, the 5'10" senior guard, checking back in for the Red Raiders. Uniontown's got Wallace, Hager, Grooms, Braxton, Winfrey on the floor now. Here come the Leopards right across the center. Swinging it all the way around, though. Trying to get the give and go to Kovac there. Does not go. And it looks like the ball is going to stay here with the Leopards. Notorious Grooms did end up with the ball for just a second. Polot wanted to give and go to Kovac. Didn't get it. Couple players in on the loose ball. Going to stay with the Leopards here. Now we go Kovac in the corner. Swings it around, top of the key. This is going to be Zion Moore working against Braxton. Braxton pops it out. Now we're off to the races. Grooms right down the middle. Get some contact there. No foul. Calvin Winfrey says, I got your back. Finishes it off. 13 points now for Calvin. And we've got a moment of conversation here between the officials and a couple of Belle Vernon players. Clock was stopped as the ball bounced away from the baseline. And here comes Zion Moore for the Leopards. Moore across the timeline. Wants the screen from Polot. Doesn't take it. Now he goes Kovac, our wing. Kovac nearly has that pass to Wade. Jumped. Wade's going to advance it. Gets the layup. Gets a couple of points for his squad. Here come the Red Raiders the other way. Braxton going to work off the wing. Pass courtesy Winfrey. And he gets some contact against number 2, Zion Moore. And Moore is not happy. First foul called against Moore. And that's going to send Jameer Braxton to the foul line for this Uniontown Red Raider team. First shot, no good. Jameer Braxton going to get a second opportunity here on C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. Second one goes down. 33-26 in favor of the Red Raiders. Here's Moore off the screen. Good look there. Gets it to go. Screen courtesy Braden Locks. Here come the Red Raiders opposite way across the timeline as Grooms. Now Hager. Our wing. Richardson. No. Calvin Winfrey. Who else but Calvin Winfrey? Red hot tonight. 16 points for these Red Raiders so far. Calvin's responsible for nearly half of the Uniontown offensive output is that sophomore. Now here's the Leopards trying to find an answer. Alonzo Wade pops it out there, and they try to work it back in from Evan Polott to number 14, Braden Locks. Locks gets fouled as he goes up. Foul is going to be called against number 34. That is Jameer Braxton. And Locks is going to take a trip here to the foul line. And the first one rolls in. Levi Garner going to check back in for the Red Raiders. So is Tavian Richardson. Braxton and Hager going to check out. You are watching exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. That one's too hard. Calvin Winfrey's going to get a rebound, and he wants it down the far sideline. Looks inside for a moment, then goes corner to Grooms. Grooms out of the corner now. Bakari Wallace sees an opening, and a big swat does nothing as Bakari gets it to go 36-29. Tavian Richardson nearly gets his hand on the long pass. Moore tries to advance it off the wing, and it looks like we're going to have a foul called. Foul is called against number 12, Tavian Richardson. That's going to be his second, and we're going to see number 2, Zion Moore, make a visit to the charity stripe here with 1:19 to play in the second quarter. Just one timeout taken so far, and this one you've got to wonder, are these coaches planning on holding on to them for the second half and what could be a close second half? First foul shot is good for Zion Moore. Checking in for the Leopards, number 1, Curtis Wade, the 6-foot freshman guard. A couple of freshmen getting some action here early for this Leopards team. Here's the second shot. No good for Moore. Rebound goes Richardson. Feeds it ahead to the big man Garner, who gets it to Calvin. No good on that 3 look, but Levi Garner pulls down the rebound. Richardson now, quick outlet, tries to go back up top to Grooms. Kovac steps in the way. Kovac now to Alonzo Wade. Nearly loses it. Gets it into the corner now. Here's Moore. Jumper off the second peg. No good. We've got some contact off the ball. Let's see what the call is. Call is going to be against Braden Locks, number 14, the big man for the Leopards with a push off the ball. Checking in here is number 10, Evan Polott, 6'3" senior. He's listed as a guard and forward. And now here's that full timeout. We were waiting for one. It's a timeout taken by the Belle Vernon Leopards of the minute-long variety. You are watching the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Belle Vernon Leopards exclusive digital coverage on the WMBS Facebook page. Don't forget, 590 on the AM dial, 101.1 on the FM dial. Laurel Highlands at Albert Gallatin. Tipped off just a few minutes ago. Another conference matchup here this evening between a couple of close-in Uniontown rivals, Laurel Highlands and Albert Gallatin, 590 AM, 101.1 FM. Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729. Foul shot no good from Calvin Winfrey. Rebound saved, though. A lot of hustle from Bakari Wallace. Has the ball poked out, stays with it. Now, top of the key, Grooms. Easy tap in for Tavian Richardson, no good. Gets his own rebound. Big man on the backside. Levi Garner off the block, gets 2, and the Red Raiders are up 10. Here's Moore coming to Kovacs on the near sideline in front of the Red Raider bench. Rob Kaczmarski giving some direction to his players. A little bit of contact inside from Alonzo Wade. And that one is no good. Wade tries to float one up over top of Wallace and Garner. And we're going to have some contact. Foul called against Bakari Wallace. That is his third. And we're going to see Alonzo Wade at the foul line. Moment of conversation here is we're going to have a technical foul. And unfortunately, the technical foul will be called against Bakari Wallace of the Uniontown Red Raiders. So we're going to see the technical foul shot. Players clear out. Alonzo Wade standing in. First one's no good. But to wonder how much pressure it puts on these players in these technical foul situations when it's really just you down there by yourself all alone. We'll see if Wade can get the second one. It is good. And again, that technical foul was 4 fouls against Bakari Wallace. Now stepping in to shoot is number 2, Zion Moore. That one's good. 40-32. 28.8 seconds to play. And the second shot here, no good. So the Leopards get 2 out of 4 opportunities. 1 for 2 for the shooting fouls. 1 for 2 off the shots earned from the technical foul. Alonzo Wade going to inbound now from the center aisle, far sideline, 28.8 seconds to play here at Belle Vernon Area High School on another chapter of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. Number 2, Zion Moore, trying to run off some of this time, matched up against Tanner Uphold. And we're going to say 5 seconds on the call. Tanner Uphold offering some defense there. And only one player in that situation can possess the basketball for so long. So now the Uniontown Red Raiders may get the last look. 14.1 ticks on this clock. Grooms, our side to Hager, back up top to Grooms. 9 seconds. Grooms going to hold it. No close defense there. Grooms, our side. Tanner Uphold takes the 3. No good off the front of the rim. Richardson saves it. Grooms launches it before, and it's off the side of the rim, just at the buzzer. That's going to bring us to halftime here at Belle Vernon Area High School. It is the Uniontown Red Raiders 40 and the Belle Vernon Leopards 32. You are watching exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team here on the WMBS Facebook page. Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke would like to take this time to wish all Uniontown listeners a happy and healthy, prosperous new year. Wish Uniontown head coach Rob Kaczmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders the best of luck this season. Southwestern Endoscopy Center is now a part of U.S. Digestive Health. If you have a close family member with colon cancer or precancerous polyps, your screening should begin at age 40 instead of 45. Women, like men, are at substantial cancer risk, should not avoid screening. Although colonoscopy is the most sensitive screening test, if you are fearful or have no health insurance, a stool fit test is a reasonable option. Learn more at usdigestivehealth.com. We are at halftime now at Belle Vernon Area High School. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders 40 and the Belle Vernon Leopards 32. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer has litigated over 275 civil and criminal trials, some of which have been aired on Oprah, Inside Edition, and ESPN. Having an engineering degree, master's in business administration, and a law degree qualifies him to go toe-to-toe with anyone. His firm concentrates in wills, trusts, estates, property transfers, personal injury, solar field, and Marcellus gas negotiations, and family law. Small enough to care, smart enough to win. The attorney, Thomas W. Schaefer. Where can you go these days to have your gas pumped for you, oil checked, and windshield cleaned? Joby's Golf. That's where. Joby's Golf is located on the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard in Uniontown. Joby's Golf is a fast, friendly, full-service gas station serving Uniontown at the same location for over 50 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout services, general repairs, tire repair, state inspection, and 24-hour AAA towing service. Phone 724-438-0681 for Joby's Golf. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Good luck to Coach Rob Kizmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders from George Dental Associates. Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides knows there's nothing more exciting than high school sports. He knows all the athletes have worked hard to be competitive, plus maintain their study skills. Commissioner Vince Vacides salutes all of the young contestants in their efforts. Good luck, and may the best team prevail. From Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides. You're watching another chapter of the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS Facebook. Exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team. It's halftime here at Belle Vernon Area High School, where the Uniontown Red Raiders lead 40-32 over the Belle Vernon Leopards. And we have a half-court contest unfolding here right now, where the purpose of the game, if I am understanding it correctly, is to see who can toss a stuffed ball closest to the duck that is located at half court. Don't forget, you can check out 590 AM and FM 101.1 to check out the Laurel Highlands at Albert Gallatin contest. Another important conference matchup this evening, tipped off at 7:30, so they are probably well underway now. We're going to pause briefly here at Belle Vernon Area High School and return to action in just about 6 minutes between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Belle Vernon Leopards.
The leopard colored duck, very good. Number 57, if you remember 57, come on down. $80. 57. Leopard duck, 57. Yeah, we wrote the name. We got to verify it. Right? Thank you all for participating. Half the proceeds will go to the dog brigade.
What's the Laurel Highlands School?
What's the Laurel Highlands School?
Also, we're going to do our last call for 50-50. Anybody's interested in purchasing a ticket? So last call, anybody's interested in 50-50, drawing the team.
They haven't posted a score yet.
Hey, sir. Laurel Highlands is going 14-2.
It's still down.
Thank you.
That's not very good.
Yeah.
This one's down in the hole. Here.
It's going to sit down in there again. Let's see if I can get it settled here. You're good. It's at least on a piece of the plastic.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Belle Vernon Area High School. Exclusive digital coverage of Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball on the WMBS Facebook page, which is brought to you by George Dental Associates, SWGI in Uniontown, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, the Centers for Rehab Services and physical therapist Jim Burns, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vacides, Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer, Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke, Joby's Golf, Zen's Construction Warehouse, and Big Al's Market. We're about 40 seconds away here at Belle Vernon Area High School from resuming this 40-32 contest between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Belle Vernon Leopards. The Red Raiders put together 23 points in the second quarter to gather this 8-point lead. They had 17 in the first frame for Belle Vernon. It was 14 in the first quarter, 18 in the second quarter. Uniontown currently led by Calvin Winfrey, who's responsible for 16 of these 40 points. Notorious Grooms with 9 of his own. Bakari Wallace with 8. Levi Garner with 2. And Jameer Braxton, 5 points in the first half. And we're going to see the Uniontown Red Raiders attacking right away here. And good for 2 points is Kadrian McGlee. 42-32 now. Leopards looking to make something happen. Number 4, Alonzo Wade going to the corner. Quentin Martin back in the game. He sat for a while, takes a 3, no good. Martin picked up quite a few fouls in the first half. Here's Jameer Braxton for Uniontown now. Looks inside to the block to McGlee, then out to the corner to Grooms. Way back up top, far wing to Braxton. Going back inside, short corner to Grooms now. Top of the key to Winfrey. Our side to Uphold. Back to Winfrey. Trying to pull this Leopard defense apart. The Leopards in the zone. They're not budging. Here's a 3 from Notorious Grooms. No good. And Braden Locks going to box out the big man, Kadrian McGlee, so the Leopards can get a rebound. Martin going to give it to Kovac. Back to Martin. Martin gets the jumper to go off the last peg. Quentin Martin, of course, really capable football player, pretty good basketball player, too. Several colleges taking a real close look at him right now. Back up top, Calvin Winfrey. Our wing, Notorious Grooms. Back to the top to Winfrey, far side Uphold. Red Raiders trying to pull apart this zone. Grooms Our corner now, Braxton. Back up top to Winfrey. A little bit of motion now off the baseline for the Red Raiders. Here's Braxton way across to Grooms, who set himself over there. Grooms for three. No good. Rebound going to go Braden Locks, and we get a little bit of contact there from Notorious Grooms. That is going to be a first foul on Grooms, who, as we shared earlier, has 9 points so far in this one. 6:26 to play in the third quarter. 42-34 in favor of Uniontown. Tanner Uphold, Grooms, and Winfrey all going to give some pressure here now. The Red Raiders giving man-to-man. Long pass down to Martin, who's matched up against McGlee. Martin going to try a three ball off the base of the rim. No good, but Kovac going to hustle through, comes up with the rebound himself, circles around, comes back to our wing now. Here's Martin, one of the three heads of this three-headed monster. Martin loses the ball. Tanner Uphold in on it. Everybody in on it now. It's going to be a jump ball. Jump ball going to go to the Red Raiders. You're watching exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. Don't forget, after this one, jump over on the radio dial, 590 AM or 101.1 FM. Check out the conclusion of the Mustangs and Colonials. You can find that one on Facebook too. Here's Grooms off the sideline. Nothing but the bottom of the net and right in front of the Leopard student section. 45-34 now, the Red Raiders lead. Here's the Leopards looking for an answer. Wade driving hard in the paint. Nothing there. Rebound. Martin tries to go up strong, but as you can probably hear, the Red Raider faithful not real happy about that call. Foul is going to be called against Kadrian McGlee. That is his third. Martin looking for his fifth point of the contest. First shot is short. Colonials trying to not let this one get away from them. We got a brief pause here. Some officials maybe discussing that most recent call with a couple of players. And we got a lane violation. It's going to go to the Red Raiders. Braden Locks, the big man, 6'5" junior forward, sticks his toe out in the paint. Ball goes to the Red Raiders. Here's Calvin Winfrey. Calvin's got 16. Across the timeline. Far sideline to Grooms, back to Calvin. Calvin says, let me see if I can pull this one out. No good. Rebound goes way out to Kovac, who miraculously does not travel there. Kept that back foot down, and here come the Leopards now. This is going to be Wade working out of the corner against Winfrey. Now against McGlee. Tie up over the ball. And they're going to say hold against Kadrian McGlee. And if you thought the Red Raider faithful disliked the last call, they really dislike this one. Good to see Levi Garner stepping in for the Red Raiders. Levi, the 6'6" senior center. Big pass out all the way to number 2, Zion Moore. Moore going to bring it our way to Kovac. Kovac going to take a three off the screen, and it's good. Leopards trying to make something happen here in the third quarter, a quarter that will almost certainly be pivotal to the outcome of this game. Leopards don't want to be put away here. They're down now just 8. Here's Grooms off the far wing, looks inside to Levi Garner, back up top. Winfrey, Kovac playing tag out there. We get a travel call against Jameer Braxton. Ball comes in for the Leopards. Zion Moore, the transfer from Ringgold, former Ringgold Ram, off the screen. Looking here to Locks, big man. Now from the block out, and that's instilled by Notorious Grooms. The Raiders have numbers. Let's see what happens. Braxton inside, can't get it to go, but Levi Garner is there for the offensive rebound and the putback. Garner now going to run far side and play some D, but unfortunately draws a little bit of contact while doing so, and the foul is going to be called against him. 2 shots for number 4 coming up, Alonzo Wade. Wade is the 6'3" sophomore guard. 47-37 here. Belle Vernon Area High School. First shot's no good. Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke would like to take this time to wish all Uniontown area listeners a happy and healthy, prosperous new year, and wish Uniontown head coach Rob Kismarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders the best of luck. Let's go Red Raiders. Here's number 4, Alonzo Wade for shot number 2. No good. Rebound pops out from Notorious Grooms. Far sideline and across the timeline. Grooms gets cut off by Martin. Going to float one over. Braxton saves it right in front of his coach. And it's going to stay with Uniontown, seemingly off the hands of number 3, Trevor Kovach, the 5'8 sophomore guard. Jameer Braxton going to handle the inbound duty right in front of his own bench. Goes way back up top to Calvin Winfrey. Calvin back across the timeline here. 4:14 to play in the third period. Going to go far sideline to Braxton on the 3 ball. No good. Here comes Moore now off the rebound, attacking, floating. No good. Rebound. Martin, big man inside. And he collides with Levi Garner. And unfortunately, that is going to be a second personal foul against Levi. And we're going to see Quentin Martin take a step up to the foul line here. First shot is good. (47-38). Martin now has 5 points to match his uniform number. Shot is good if you're just joining us. You're watching the Uniontown Red Raiders in their road maroon uniforms, white number, white trim, taking on the Belle Vernon Leopards. White uniform, green number, green trim. Now our sideline, Bakari Wallace goes back up top, Calvin Winfrey. Here's Wallace now off of our sideline. Little bounce pass across the baseline, but the baseline official says Bakari stepped out. Ball comes into Zion Moore. Moore across the timeline. On his far wing now, coming our side to Wade. One of those 3 heads of that 3-headed monster. He gets a screen from another head, takes the 3 ball. Air ball, no good. Nobody home on that one. Calvin Winfrey, though, comes up the far sideline hard. Braden Locks gets his hand on that pass. Levi Garner saves it. Notorious Grooms tries to send it home. Can't get it to go. Trevor Kovach now brings the ball up across center court. Here's Locks, the big man, all the way across to Quentin Martin. Martin mashing up against Levi Garner. Going to work inside. Can't get that little baby hook to go down. And here's Grooms. Pass the other way to Calvin, who avoids the defender. Calvin Winfrey's got himself 2 more points. 18 points for Calvin Winfrey in this one. And we got ourselves a full timeout. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders 49. The Belle Vernon Leopards, the Belle Vernon Leopards 39. 2:57 to play in the third quarter. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They can treat you efficiently and safely because they take all necessary precautions and are disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location. Convenient hours. Part of the community. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can contact your doctor for you. 724-437-7500. Scoreboard is being brought to you by Peachin's Pharmacy. Peachin's Pharmacy in the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market. Just a few minutes ago, we did have a score reported to us from the Laurel Highlands-Albert Gallatin game. It was a 14-2 advantage for the Mustangs. You can catch the action from that one when we're through here in Belle Vernon on Facebook, on the AM dial 590, FM 101.1. Here's the Leopards now. Wade, top of the key, far sideline. Moore matched up against Grooms. Moore takes it hard in the paint. Off the block, nothing there. Jameer Braxton now rebound, going to work it himself. Inside, Levi Garner cannot quite get the tap in, and the rebound's going to go to Quentin Moore. Now both players in after the loose ball. Moore secures it, but here's Jameer Braxton playing free safety, picking it off, and the 3 on the other side. Remember that moment. 52-39 here in Belle Vernon. Levi Garner getting way off the floor, hand in the air. Here come the Red Raiders. Notorious Grooms. 2 more. Leopards trying to answer quick. The Red Raiders are back. Moore is cut off. Pass goes across. Kovac saves it. Looks all the way our side now. Wade on our wing. Baseline. Martin. Back out here to Kovac. To Martin. Going to work from the baseline to the first peg. And he does get two. 54-41 now. 1:44 to play in the third quarter. Red Raiders with the lead. Calvin Winfrey across the timeline. Wants a screen from Bakari Wallace. Goes the opposite way. Grooms from the sideline now back to Wallace. Grooms going to dribble it out. Red Raiders in no hurry. Zion Moore closing the gap on Grooms, and Moore is going to get called for a reach. As Grooms goes for it, Moore reaches around and is called for the foul. That is just the first team foul for Belle Vernon this half, though. The Red Raiders have 5. Ball comes in to Grooms. Grooms standing right on the A at half court here in Belle Vernon. Goes far wing to Winfrey. Winfrey back to Grooms, top of the key, our side to Braxton. Braxton off our wing, going to advance it, beats a couple defenders, tries to roll it in, won't go. Bakari Wallace fighting hard inside. That time he can't get it to go. Ball pops all the way out to Martin, who saves it, brings it down. Here's Moore now, trapped in his own corner, goes inside to Wade. Wade turnaround jumper in the paint, no good. Moore tries to finish it off, can't get it. And now maybe a little bit of frustration starting to come out of these Belle Vernon Leopards as Braden Locks called for the hold. The big man for Belle Vernon now has 4 fouls of his own, and Belle Vernon has 2 team fouls. Belle Vernon going to show a little bit of pressure here. Calvin Winfrey going to draw Kovac on the far sideline. Our sideline, Braxton looks like he's going to get more. Winfrey now across the timeline, center court. Going to come to our wing to Braxton. Uniontown Red Raider coach Rob Kaczmarski directing traffic from the sideline. Braxton kicks it out, far corner. Calvin Winfrey sends that one home. Calvin Winfrey for 3. He's got 21 in this one. And the Red Raiders are up 57-41. Belle Vernon trying to keep themselves alive. More, nothing but glass on the 3 ball. Martin saves the rebound. Pokes it across here to Locks, who goes back up top. Kovac from the top of the key, now off the wing. Nothing there. Levi Garner all over that rebound. Here comes Calvin Winfrey getting some contact for Moore. Across to Grooms. Still more contact to Bakari Wallace, who hits that one at the buzzer. 60-41. All Uniontown in the third quarter of this one. As we head into the final period, the Uniontown faithful here in numbers at the Belle Vernon Area High School. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders 60. Belle Vernon Leopards 41. Stop by Big Al's Market on North Gallatin Avenue in Uniontown. Family owned and operated by Phil Lucioni and Dominic Sabatini. Big Al's features 2 one-topping pizzas and a 2-liter for $21.99. We're trying Italian hoagie in a 20-ounce drink for $6.99. Check out some of Big Al's other homemade food items, including pasta salads, macaroni salads, and deli items. Big Al's Market, 72 North Gallatin Avenue. Phone 724-550-4252. UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community. They treat sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They can treat you efficiently and safely because they take all necessary precautions and are disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists, convenient location, convenient hours, part of the community. You can call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, and they can call your doctor for you. 724-437-7500, UPMC Centers for Rehab Services on Wayland Smith Drive. Here's the Leopards. First possession of the fourth quarter, and Alonzo Wade gets 2 points for the home team. Inbound pass comes Grooms. Grooms going to take it all the way on a long pass, then feeds it to Kadrian McGlee. On the backside, gets 2 points. 62-43 here for the Red Raiders. Zion Moore, top of the key. There's Kovac now, far wing. Wade going to try to work it himself. Nice looking take there by Wade. Alonzo Wade has played a pretty strong game here for the Leopards. He has 17 points for Belle Vernon. Here's Calvin Winfrey now matched up against Kovac. Kovac giving a little hand check there, no call. Winfrey going to beat him. Takes the elbow jumper, no good. Rebound Martin. Martin going to work it out himself. Now with the outlet pass, he gets it over to Moore. Moore on our sideline. Going to work hard in the paint himself. He gets two more. The Leopards making a little bit of noise here in the fourth quarter. In the first minute of this period, they're not ready to give up. Here's Braxton now all the way back across to Winfrey. Winfrey across the timeline. Gets Kovac, and here comes Martin and Wade. They're all going to help. That's only two defenders left to beat, and Braxton beats him. Braxton on the take himself, gets two more, 64-47. Kovac now all the way across the court. Here's Alonzo Wade. Wade wants a screen from Locks, goes the opposite way, but keeps Grooms in the paint. And there's going to be a little too much contact for the baseline official. He gets the call on Notorious Grooms. That's Grooms' second. Notorious Grooms, by the way, 14 points in this one so far. That is a sixth team foul this half against the Red Raiders. Inbound pass to Martin on the block. Goes back up top to Wade. Now back inside to Martin. A couple of Red Raider defenders unable to strip the ball off him, and he gets two more, 64-49. Are the Leopards going to claw their way back into this one? Here come the Red Raiders. A little bit too much contact there from Kovac. Kovac even gets a piece of the sideline official. Everybody okay, thankfully? First foul on Kovac. 3 team fouls now on the Belle Vernon Leopards. Here's Grooms. Big inbound pass all the way to the far sideline. Calvin Winfrey going to work against Kovac. Gets Kovac to spin around, but then Kovac recovers and gets the steal. Kovac now going to set this one up. Goes to Moore. Moore going to back up. See what he has happening. Wade going to do the same. Off the handoff. Now going to work it off the wing. Matched up against Grooms. Wade from the elbow. Pops it out to Moore. Moore for three. No good, and the rebound's going to go to Grooms. He snatches it away for Moore, and he's going to try to feed it down, but there is going to be a travel call before the pass. He was looking for Bakari Wallace inside. And we're going to have a timeout taken on the floor. 30-second timeout. 5:45 to play here at Belle Vernon Area High School. 64-49 your score. Find more snuggle time this winter and be prepared for the cold with the help of First Federal Savings and Loan of Greene County. With a home improvement loan, a home equity loan, or a home equity line of credit, you can finally upgrade that old furnace, take care of that leaking roof, or replace those outdated floors. Keep the cold out and the warm and cozy in. Your home this winter. Visit a loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and MLS number 458729. Here come the Leopards now across the timeline. Zion Moore, the Ringgold transfer, playing here for the Leopards, former Ram. Comes to the near side elbow, and Alonzo Wade, who dribbles in and then out. He's working against Notorious Grooms. Notorious not giving him a whole bunch of space. Now to Moore, our wing. Belle Vernon getting some direction from their bench, and it was successful direction. Moore gets a nice look in the paint there and floats one up and in. 64-51, 5:18 to play. Calvin Winfrey going to take the pass, work off the wing. No call. We did have a player from Belle Vernon hit the floor. That was Trevor Kovac, but the Leopards get the rebound, and they're going to take it the other way. Here's Moore looking for Moore, and he does not get it, but he does get a foul call. Moore has 18 for Belle Vernon. Going to be a blocking foul against number 4, and that means Kadrian McGlee is fouled out of this one. He's going to get a big round of applause from the visiting Red Raider crowd here, and checking in, Levi Garner. The other Red Raider big man, Levi Garner, the senior center, goes 6'6". We're going to see a couple of shots now from Zion Moore. The first shot from Moore is good. We mentioned earlier during this broadcast, Herald Standard reporter Jim Downey referring to Belle Vernon in an article this week as a three-headed monster, and all three of those heads have now got at least 10 points. Moore has 19, now 20 on that second made foul shot. Wade has 17, Martin has 10, and the Leopards going to bring a lot of pressure here. They have fouls to play with, of course, just 3 team fouls against the Leopards. Inbound pass to Uphold, then to Winfrey, then to Braxton, then back down to Uphold. Uphold going into the corner. Notorious Grooms has that one roll out on him, and Braden Locks gets the rebound for Belle Vernon. 64-53. It's an 11-point game here. You saw the big run by the Red Raiders at the end of the third. Almost put this one away. The Leopards are back. Notorious Grooms now after a loose ball. Everybody after a loose ball. And that one is going to go to the Leopards. Nobody from Uniontown happy about that call. This Belle Vernon Leopards squad, we will say this for them, even before this game, they were a team of runs. If you look at some of their previous matchups, they had put some long runs together against their opponents, including against the Southmoreland Scotties on Tuesday night, that eventually put the Scotties out of the game. We're going to have another foul call here. 23, Tanner Uphold. That's his first. Single bonus now for the Leopards. And that one's no good. And the rebound is going to go to the Red Raiders. Moore, Locks, and Martin all in trying to make the stop. Winfrey's going to get cut off by Wade. Pops it back out to Grooms. Now R-wing to Winfrey. Winfrey beating a couple of defenders. Tries to go high post to Braxton. A lot of players in after that one. They go to the floor. And it's going to be a jump ball. And jump ball stays with Uniontown. Tanner Uphold's going to inbound this one from the second end in Vernon with 4:12 to play in an 11-point game. You are watching exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. And we're going to bring out a towel here to get some moisture off the floor. Beautiful floor here at Belle Vernon Area High School. Jameer Braxton on towel duty, going to wipe up the floor for us before we get started. You are watching another chapter of C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night, a conference clash between the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Belle Vernon Leopards. Inbound pass to corner goes Braxton. Braxton going to weave his way through some trouble, and we have a travel call after the fact. Granted, that probably was a travel, but we had no call initially, and we're going to get a full timeout taken by the Belle Vernon Leopards. Don't forget to stick around for the post-game show brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon, where we will name the player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Fusides. Special thanks again to U.S. Digestive Health and the Southwestern Endoscopy Center in Uniontown for sponsoring our lineups earlier today. Also, big thanks to Peachin's Pharmacy and the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market for sponsoring our scoreboard. We did have a score reported to us earlier in the broadcast. LH jumping out to a 12-point lead over the Colonials. That score is several minutes old at this point. You can check that one out after this one. You can find that one on Facebook or the AM dial 590, 101.1 FM. Albert Gallatin Colonials playing host to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Also, thank you to Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes for sponsoring our pregame show earlier tonight for this 7 p.m. tip-off. Inbound pass comes all the way across here. Quentin Martin to Zion Moore. Zion Moore matched up against Tanner Uphold. Now back to Martin. Martin near the corner, between the corner and wing. Going to try his luck in the paint. Nearly loses his footing. Gets Levi Garner off his feet and gets two more. We got ourselves a single-digit game. This one was nearly out of hand at the end of the third. The Leopards have willed themselves back. Here's Winfrey. Braxton. Now an easy tap-in for Tanner Uphold. And the Red Raiders, courtesy of Braxton to Uphold, get 2 points back. Coming the other way and working hard is Alonzo Wade. He's played a good game, but he can't get that one to go. The rebound is going to go to Levi Garner. And we're going to have a foul called on Braden Locks, the big man for Belle Vernon. That's a significant loss for the Leopards. We'll see how the Leopards respond. Going to show some pressure here. Braxton going to handle the inbound pass. Calvin Winfrey going to receive it, but have the ball taken away. And that's a bucket for Lightfoot. Belle Vernon gets 2 more points. Now they go big pass to Braxton to Grooms, all the way across to Winfrey, who then is going to feed it to Braxton. Braxton waits for Grooms to cross the half-court line. Grooms matched up here against Lightfoot. Comes our side to Braxton. Braxton going to work against Moore. Moore floats one over to Grooms, nearly jumped by Quentin Martin, who takes himself out of the play and is in no hurry to get back into it. Now here he comes. He's going to sneak up from Grooms from the far side. Pass goes to Winfrey. Winfrey hook, no good. Rebound Tanner Uphold, but Uphold is going to be fouled on the rebound attempt. We got Calvin Winfrey, though, down on the near sideline. And that is a significant concern for the Red Raiders. Hopefully he is okay. Calvin Winfrey has played his heart out here tonight and has put a great game on the stat sheet and on the floor. The type of play he has brought to this Red Raider team not only has quantified itself in the scorebook, but also all of those intangibles. And it looks like he may be dealing with just a leg cramp. 2:44 to play here at Belle Vernon Area High School. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders 66, the Belle Vernon Leopards 57. Southwestern Endoscopy Center is now part of U.S. Digestive Health. If you have a close family member with colon cancer or precancerous polyps, your screening should begin at age 40 instead of 45. Women, like men, are at substantial risk and should not avoid screening. Although colonoscopy is the most sensitive screening test, if you were fearful or have no health insurance, a stool fit test is a reasonable option. Learn more at usdigestivehealth.com. Calvin Winfrey making his way to the bench. Appears to be okay right now for the Red Raiders. We've got Wallace, Grooms, Garner, Braxton, Uphold, the senior, going to handle the inbounding duty from the first A in area. Off the baseline, 2:44 to play. Here we go. Inbound pass gets swatted away by Zion Moore. Red Raiders going to try it again with Uphold. Uphold has that one swatted away. Going to stay with the Red Raiders. Moore diving after that one. Now Uphold is going to inbound the ball. Going to try to get this one over top of Alonzo Wade. Comes way out to Bakari Wallace. Bakari nearly has the ball stolen, but recovers nicely. Comes our sideline to Braxton. Now back up top to Grooms, way up top. And Grooms is going to be fouled there. A little bit too aggressive from number 13, Diabre Lightfoot, the 5'9" freshman guard. Belle Vernon student section did not like that call. That's going to be 4 fouls on Lightfoot. Pass goes way back to Grooms. 66-57. Here comes Grooms back across the timeline. Lightfoot in his shadow, not giving him much space. Pass comes our sideline to Braxton, and we'll have a foul there from Alonzo Wade. That is the first foul called on Alonzo Wade. He had played a clean game up to that point. This will be a 1-and-1 foul. Jameer Braxton going to stand at the foul line. First one rolls out, and the rebound goes to the Leopards. Far sideline. That's going to be Wade to Kovacs. Now up top to Martin. Martin matched up against Gardner, trying to work it in. Still trying. Floats one up. Can't get it to go. And now we're going to say held ball inside. Martin not very happy with that call. Calvin Winfrey, nice to see him ready to check back in. Ball will stay with the Leopards. 2:09 to play. Inbounding the ball is Wade. He goes far corner to Lightfoot. Lightfoot gets it up top to Kovacs. Kovacs now far wing to Wade, going to advance it himself and over top of a leaping Levi Garner. Gets it off the glass. Bucket is going to be good.
Uniontown foul number 11, Gardner.
Wade now with 19 in this game. He's looking for 20 from the charity stripe. One shot, says the baseline official. 2 minutes even. Could become a two-possession game on this make. And it bounces in. Pass comes into Grooms. 1:59 and ticking across to Winfrey. The Leopards very aggressive here. Grooms ahead to Braxton. Braxton across to Levi Garner, who lays it in, 68-60. Big man hustling down now to play some defense. Here comes Alonzo Wade. Wade takes it into our block and kicks it out to Kovac, who falls away as he shoots. But Martin gets the rebound and the putback off the block. Martin now has 14 points of his own. Jameer Braxton showing the handles. And on this side, it's all Levi Garner on the finish. The Leopards keep getting their bucket, but so do the Raiders. And we're going to have, before the shot, the official desperately waving the shot off. No shot, he says. Home crowd did not like that call. They wanted it to be a shooting foul, especially since the bucket was good. We're going to see a bonus situation instead. 1 minute and 20 seconds to play here at Belle Vernon Area High School. You are watching exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. And here's the foul shot, a good one. Zion Moore, the Ringgold transfer, now has 21. Zion Moore, the 6'2 sophomore guard, looking for 22. Finds it. 6-point game. Ball comes into Braxton. Braxton going to work his way out of trouble. Now comes the Uphold. And Tanner Uphold somehow gets called for a travel right in front of the score table, our side. What an interesting call that was. And here come the Leopards. Lightfoot on the inbound reception to Kovac, now far wing. Wade looks inside, first peg Martin. Kovac on the wing, back up top to Martin, our side. Lightfoot going to be short on the three. Martin, the big man, gets blocked. He's blocked back up the high post. And Notorious Groves has the basketball and his foul. Foul is going to be on number 13, Diabre Lightfoot. That's going to be his fifth. The freshman has fouled out of the game. Levi Garner getting off the floor and saying, I don't even want you on this half of the court. Swats it back to the half-court line. Notorious Groom scoops it up, and now he's going to the foul line. Notorious came into this one as the Red Raiders' leading scorer, and he is right about at his average per game. Came into this one averaging 14.5 points per game. He's got 14 right now. He's looking for 15. 59.2 seconds on the clock. Everybody off their feet. It does not go. Quentin Martin on the rebound. Here come the Leopards. Zion Moore pushing Tanner Uphold out of his way. Floater no good. And the ball is stripped off of Quentin Martin. Jameer Braxton with the strip. Way ahead to Calvin. Calvin for two more. Alonzo Wade, our sideline. Wade going to take a three out of desperation. No good. Levi Garner on the board. Now the Red Raiders have the clock on their side. And we've got what should be an intentional foul. An obvious hold, not going for the basketball. But we're going to get just a personal foul called against the Leopards. Number 2, Zion Moore. We will see some foul shots here for the Red Raiders, who remain in the single bonus. And the officials are going to confer. And we've got a technical foul called against Quentin Martin. And the visiting crowd likes that. Now we're going to have a conference between the officials. And we're going to clear everybody out for some foul shots here. Quite a bit of talking between these two teams, and both coaches at this point just wanting to create some space. A lot of frustration out of this Belle Vernon Leopards team. Some great play from them in the fourth quarter. Groom's going to take his first foul shot. It's good. You really got to tip your cap to the Belle Vernon players and their coaches. They were on the brink at the end of the third quarter. It was all Uniontown through the third period. And the Leopards battled back, had this at a 6-point game. A lot of people starting to file out of Belle Vernon Area High School now, getting a jump on getting out of the parking lot as Grooms, who's also going to shoot the technical shots now. He gets a third foul shot to go. And now number 4. And the Red Raiders are filling it. Quentin Martin, after that technical foul, now has 4 personals. And the Leopards are going to get a warning here for being across the sideline. And the official is going to have it recorded in the book. Jameer Braxton going to handle the inbound pass for the Uniontown Red Raiders. He goes to Notorious Grooms. The Leopards not ready to give up. They're going to give chase. And we're going to have a foul here from Alonzo Wade. That's going to be his second. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer has litigated over 275 civil and criminal trials, some of which have been aired on Oprah, Inside Edition, and ESPN. Having an engineering degree, master's in business administration, and law degree qualifies him to go toe-to-toe with anyone. His firm concentrates in wills, trusts, estates, property transfers, property injury and personal injury, solar field and Marcellus gas negotiations, as well as family law. Small enough to care and smart enough to win. Grooms good on the first foul shot. Uniontown cheerleaders with their hands up in the air. And it was the cheerleaders' fingers that got that one over the front of the rim. And we've got a full timeout here at Belle Vernon Area High School. 23 seconds to play. It's Uniontown 78, Belle Vernon 64. You are watching exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. It's another chapter of C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS Facebook, where the Uniontown Red Raiders lead the Belle Vernon Leopards 78-64. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Belle Vernon going to inbound the ball here, working with about 21 seconds. That roller won't go. Levi Garner on the rebound, and he gets a couple of defenders. Long pass all the way down to Grooms. Grooms going to get some contact there from Alonzo Wade with just under 10 seconds to play. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Good luck to Coach Rob Kesmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders from George Dental Associates. Notorious Grooms has slowly but surely worked himself up to 20 points here from the foul line, and that one is good. He's had a lot of practice tonight. Uniontown Red Raider coach Rob Kesmarski pleased with the outcome here. His team, a lot of resilience out of his coaches and players. Groom's second shot rolls out. Just 8 seconds to go here. Alonzo Wade going to kick it to the corner, and Zion Moore will pull up a three, but it's blocked by Levi Garner. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it The Uniontown Red Raiders hold off a late Belle Vernon rally. And your final score is the Uniontown Red Raiders 79, the Belle Vernon Leopards 64. Stay with us for just a few more minutes. We've got our post-game show, courtesy of First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County and South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon, as well as our player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vicides. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to exclusive digital coverage of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page, which is brought to you by George Dental Associates, SWGI in Uniontown, now a part of U.S. Digestive Health, the Centers for Rehab Services and physical therapist Jim Burns, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vicides, Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer, Uniontown Mayor Bill Gerke, Joby's Golf, Zen's Construction Warehouse, and Big Al's Market. Now it's time for the postgame show, brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. We have a few statistics to share with you before we name our player of the game. Calvin Winfrey closing this one out for the Uniontown Red Raiders with 23 points. We got 21 points courtesy of Notorious Grooms for Uniontown as well. The Uniontown Red Raiders fight off a late rally from Belle Vernon. If you had not seen the third quarter of this game, a close halftime contest turned into what appeared to be a rout. The Uniontown Red Raiders nearly up 20 at the end of the third. The Belle Vernon Leopards, though, tip of the hat to them, to their players and coaches. They battled back, made this one a two-possession game. Late in the fourth, the Uniontown Red Raiders finally put this one away, though, from the foul line. Notorious Grooms really getting it done down the stretch, and he is going to be your player of the game, brought to you by Fayette County Commissioner Vince Vicides. Shop the New Year's sale at Zen's Construction Warehouse on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Family owned and operated by the Nelson family. Zen's has everything you need for that next home improvement project at deep discounted prices from the big box stores. Phone 724-366-8274 or visit Zen's on Walnut Hill Road in Continental. Zen's Construction Warehouse, our surplus, your savings. You're watching exclusive digital content of the Uniontown Red Raiders boys basketball team on the WMBS Facebook page. This was another edition of C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night as the Uniontown Red Raiders improve to 2-0 in the conference. The Belle Vernon Leopards dropping to 1-1. Attorney Thomas W. Schaefer has litigated over 275 civil and criminal trials, some of which have been aired on Oprah, Inside Edition, and ESPN. Having an engineering degree, master's in business administration, and law degree qualifies him to go toe-to-toe with anyone. His firm concentrates in wills, trusts, estates, property transfers, personal injury, solar field, and Marcellus gas negotiations, plus family law. Small enough to care, smart enough to win. The attorney, Thomas W. Schaefer. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Good luck to Coach Rob Kaczmarski and the Uniontown Red Raiders from George Dental Associates. You're listening to the postgame show here on WMBS Facebook, brought to you by South Union Township Supervisor Rick Vernon. This one is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, from Belle Vernon Area High School. It's the Uniontown Red Raiders over the Belle Vernon Leopards, your player of the game, Notorious Grooms. I'm Joshua Scully for WMBS Facebook. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, you can check out the Laurel Highlands Mustangs at the Albert Gallatin Colonials here on Facebook or on the AM dial 590 FM 101.1. Shout out to our cameraman, Bill Dice, for all his help, and thank you for your time this evening for listening. We'll talk to you next time.